Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's live session of Let's Talk About Market. So we have seen some bit of pullback in the Nifty index, but nothing very significant as such. To say that a trend reversal has happened. But what are the key levels to watch out for, and how is the setup? I think that is what the discussion is for today, and it will be very important and relevant to know what are the sectors that are doing well, and what are the important levels, basically what we need to focus. Okay, so without wasting much time, I am sharing my screen. Someone please confirm once you are all able to hear me properly, and most importantly, you all are able to see my screen. Okay, please confirm me in the chat box. Okay. Okay, I've got the confirmation from the team. I hope. Okay, thanks, Rohan. So, yeah, first coming to the Nifty index, it is very important to understand the context. Please understand that Nifty index was seeing an up move for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 consecutive trading session. So far we are seeing some bit of pullback, and of course, we are not done with the day yet. So it needs to be seen how things unfold towards the second half of the day. But please understand the overall setup. Okay, so in the overall context, the Nifty index has broken out from this major resistance zone, and that is a very good sign. And what we are seeing so far is an up move, without any major correction from this point. Okay, so basically even the 20 hour is not broken. So 20 hour now is a very important support level from a very near term perspective. Okay, if at all the 20 hour breaks, then there is a possibility of a correction towards the 40-hour exponential average, which will still be perfectly fine. Because we are seeing some divergence on the hourly chart, so it is possible that the Nifty index sees some consolidation, in which case average is also inches higher, and it ends up completing the cycle. Okay, so that would be perfectly normal, given that the Nifty index has been inching higher slowly. But yeah, then the question comes that beyond what level you will start getting worried. Okay, so firstly, as I mentioned, till 40 hour, it would be perfectly fine. And if the 40-hour breaks on the downside, I'll start getting a little nervous, but I'll be absolutely scared once even the daily averages are broken on the downside. Okay, because if this is an up move that is starting, then ideally these averages should not break on the downside. Okay, even if it breaks on the downside, it should immediately come back and the Nifty should rise higher. Breaking about the average, breaking below the average, what it will do is that the resistance line that we have broken, this might start appearing like a false breakout. Secondly, this important resistance that we were talking about, okay, that will also not be taken out on the upside, and that would be again a worrisome sign. But yeah, broadly, even if a correction happens till this point, okay, this is like the worst case scenario that I'm talking about right now. So those key averages are somewhere around 24,840. So probably a 200-point correction from here would be perfectly normal, but anything beyond that will not be good, and then we'll have to monitor the setup very closely. Now, why I think that the up move is still not done is because when I see any of the short-term indicator, okay, they point out towards something is still pending. Okay, now I'll talk about one more interesting sentiment indicator, which is extremely useful for catching very short-term tops and bottom, maybe for a 1 day or two. So I'll talk about it in just a while. But just to give you a context, swing, it did not reach to 80 or 90, Average swing again, it has not really reached towards the upper end. So over there also something is pending. Apart from that, even if you see diffusion indicator and percentage of stock about 20 SMA and so on, even that has not reached the upper line. So all this is making me feel that there is still some room that is left on the upside, and maybe we might see something like this, that an up move occurs till this point, which is like a major resistance zone. And in this case we also end up with these indicators touching the upper end of the extreme, and then we see some consolidation, and that would really be healthy. Okay, that is what my expectation is, and that is what I'm trying to highlight in the past few days as well. Okay, so these are the reasons why I feel that something is still not over yet on the upside. Maybe some pullback here and there, but a bit more of up move is still left in the current leg of up move. Now, what is that sentiment indicators which I told you is an interesting one? So that is nothing but the call minus put histogram, and this call minus put histogram is nothing but the market wide options in call, position in calls and puts. Okay, so whenever this is in green, it means there are more open positions in call than in put, and when it turns in red, there are more put positions in call than call. Okay, now see, historically what has happened is that the Nifty index has remained, has been inching higher despite the put being more. Okay, of course, put being more than call, if we look at it from a seller's perspective, is a good thing. That means that people are willing to sell more puts, and that is a positive indication. But I don't know why something weird has happened after say 2023, where we get this indicator, call minus put in red for a day or two, and we end up making a top. Say for example over here, we so let me also take a bar chart so that you understand. Okay, so over here we saw an up move, and after that a consolidation and a correction. Okay, over here, so yes, this was the only time where it sustained a bit over here. But every time you see call minus put in red, which means more puts are being short, somewhere a short term top occurs. Now I want to clarify this, that in no way it indicates that a major top is happening or anything like that. Okay, it is relevant only from a day or two perspective. That's about it. Okay, so you should not read much into it. Just that maybe a 1 day or a 2 day correction can happen. So say for example something over here as well. A top occurred and then a correction. Okay, over here we saw some up move, but largely I don't know what has happened. But as you can see over here also, single red bar, and then we went into a consolidation. Over here also red bar, and then we saw a correction. Okay, over here in the pullback we saw red and a correction. Over here, somewhere over here, the red bar occurred, and eventually we went for a correction. Now when I was updating the data, I saw that even in Friday's trading session, okay, it went into red. So this also sort of indicates that maybe okay, we can go for a consolidation. So that's where I'm thinking that maybe we consolidate a bit above this trend line. Okay, and that's where I was mentioning that I wouldn't want to see Nifty below the daily averages. Okay, if it goes below that, then we seriously need to consider what is happening and whether things are changing or no. But yeah, that is the broader gist of it. Okay, now now the other thing that is also very important to note is that if you see many of the indices sectors, they are continuing to inch higher. If you see small cap, it is rising higher. If you see mid cap, it is rising higher. Bank Nifty, more importantly, okay, let me take the chart of Bank Nifty. That is where some interesting development is also happening. So if you draw this trend line from the top. Okay, so it is now trying to break out above this trend line, which is a very good sign. And more importantly, now we need to see what it does over the blue line, which is nothing but the 40-day exponential average. If at all the Nifty has to inch higher, it will need support of Bank Nifty and all these indices. Okay, so that's where this becomes an important one to watch out for. What it does over here, and basically see what is happening is that some of the other index are coming to the rescue, and this is what is good about the Nifty index. So basically, this sector rotation is not letting Nifty fall much, but within that, we are seeing some pockets of up move almost, on a day-to-day basis. Even today, we had spoken about metal that also seems to be rising higher, and it is going good. And in fact, there are stocks within that also that are seeing good action. So yes, this is there now. The thing is there, where do we see that some sort of turnaround? And when I was looking at the indices, so I am just looking at Nifty, only the Nifty indices. Okay, that is the 16 and the 16 or 17 indices which are there, the sector indices. I mean those. So you can see over here as well. Reality, seems to be turning around a bit. Media seems to be turning around a bit. It is infra, basically, where we have started to see the daily momentum inching higher. So let me just see the chart of Nifty infra, because that on daily RRG is interesting. Okay, so over here also what we are seeing is a break above the 40-day exponential average, and probably it is somewhere around the trend line as well. Okay, so this is also again an interesting sector to watch out for, especially on RRG. Also, there is some turnaround happening. In the weekly chart, if you see Nifty Infra, where is Nifty Infra? It is over here. Okay, so over here, basically, we need to see some turnaround in Nifty Infra, which is so far not happened yet. But yes, I mean, if this also turns around, then it will be really good. But at least the daily chart seems to be suggesting that there can be some up move that will be there. And suppose if it goes to the leading quadrant, then the setup might get interesting. But in almost all the cases, we are seeing this happening. In fact, even reality, we saw there is some turnaround that is happening. And as you know, reality has been consistently in the bearish phase. So wait, this was one stock which yesterday I was conducting a webinar which I ended up putting over here. So Nifty reality, if you see the price, I mean the action on RRG, it has been on the left hand side of the 100 mark for quite some time. Okay, you can see over here, it is just rotating over here, and after June, it has just been towards the left of this. So whether that is turning around or no, that needs to be seen. So if you see the chart of reality as well, there is some pickup in momentum, and today it is trying to close above the 20-day. Of course, we need to see whether it breaks or no, but I think the more important development would be a close above the 40-day exponential average. Once that happens, that's where the setup can get interesting, because the monthly chart of reality is still good. I mean, it has not I mean, there is no major breakdown that we are seeing as such. So that's where, I mean, because the monthly setup is good, RMI has also come back to the zero. So I'm just starting to wonder, is it turning around or no? Okay. And that's where we need to monitor this a little more closely. But as of now, the sectors that are strong that we have is basically metals. In fact, we don't have this sector. That is capital goods, but even capital goods seems to be looking up in the weekly it has taken support at the 20 at the 40 week, and it is now turning around. So that sector, while I was watching in the weekend, was also looking interesting. PSU banks are just consolidating. So far, we don't have a breakout, but again, these are interesting setups to monitor, because as I was telling you, even auto, it went through an up move, then a consolidation, and we got a big move. Something that similar seems to be happening with the PSU bank as well. Up move, consolidation, and let's see whether it gives an breakout or no. The other thing, which we discussed in Fridays and probably in Thursday's session as well, that is the Nifty PSU index. So this is actually the BSC one. Let me take Nifty PSC. So again, what is happening over here is that after a bullish crossover, we remove the drawings. So yeah, so over here it has started to inch higher. Even in weekly, the momentum seems to be turning around. The best setup would then occur when we get a bullish crossover and the prices sustain above the weekly averages. That's where the setup would get even more interesting. But we need to see what PSC is doing. So on daily, it is seeing good momentum. On weekly, I'm not sure if the turnaround has happened or no. Yeah, we have still not seen any turnaround yet. But once we see some turnaround over here, and in weekly we get a positive crossover and close above, the key weekly averages, I think the setup would get very very interesting over here as well. So yes, basically these are the sectors, and as I told you, what you need to watch out for is all the sentiment indicators, especially the short term ones, whether they are coming to 80, 90 or so. Swing, average swing, diffusion indicator also, whether they are coming to 80, 90 or no. That is something that you need to watch out for. Once it comes over there, maybe that is the time, you can be a little skeptical of a correction happening. But I have already explained the medium term setup in length in the past few days, which is that the short covering has started to happen. And I think once 25 250 zone is broken on the upside, this is only going to accelerate. You can see that in the past few days, the short covering has happened. And if you want to see a granular data, go to derivatives, and there you will see that even on Friday's trading session, even in Friday's trading session, there was a good unwinding that has happened, and there was some bit of long position as well. So we have started to see this short covering that is happening. But over the weekend I again saw Trump saying that they will impose tariffs and so on, and that's where the Nifty index is coming towards a resistance level, uh, the short-term resistance level, which is over here, right? I mean, this is not just short-term, but a good medium-term resistance as well. So that's where I would want this zone to be cleared out. Okay. Now, basically, the acting point will be if if a breakdown happens between this averages or a breakout happening between these levels. I mean, that is where now a good directional move can come in. Otherwise, it is very much possible that we end up seeing some bit of correction or consolidation after having seen this 7 8 days of continuous up move. So it is possible that the Nifty index can take some time and consolidate. So that is something that you should keep in mind, and should not be very very aggressive at this point of time until you get some good risk reward. So broadly, this is what I have to present today. It is a lackluster market, but nothing major breakout or a breakdown has happened so far. Need to see very closely, whether the Nifty is able to break above this 25 250 zone or not. Okay. So I think that's it for today that I have. Now, if you all have any questions, I can take it up. Mahesh, do we have recording? I think we have. I need to check with the team if we'll be able to put it or no. But yes, I think we have the recording. We'll probably post it. Okay, I just have a word with the social media team, and I can let you know tomorrow. Any other questions that you all have, which you want me to address, or any understanding of the topic, or Adani Power as a part of infra? So I think you can go to RRG, you will understand which are the components. If I do infra, there are almost around 30 stocks in infra. So yeah, these are the ones which you can watch out for. I'm not sure Adani Power is there. No, Adani Power I don't think is a part of infra. It is Adani Port and Adani Green which is there. I mean, that is what the list is showing. I'm not getting the invite for the Sunday sessions. So actually, see, we are putting it in our WhatsApp channel, Telegram channel, and even on Twitter, we had put a post. So if you see over here, there was a post of RRG which we had posted. I mean, we are not actually mailing, I guess, but it is visible on all our social media. So just watch out for our social media. You will be able to get the updates of whatever webinar or this live session that we are doing. You'll get all those notification over there. Good morning, DV. So Atul says, क्या strike पर खुद के index create कर सकते हैं? No, at this point of time we have not built that capability. But defense is something we will definitely bring. I mean, a lot of customers are talking about it. So we are going to do that. Okay. So we are going to do that. So basically, I think it is Nifty Defense, Chemical, and there are 4 or 5 index which people have requested. We will definitely put it probably in the coming days. So yeah. Can you share the link of WhatsApp and Telegram? Wait, let me ask. Wait, give me a minute. I'll ask my team to come over here and probably give you the link of Telegram and WhatsApp. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, I just spoke to my colleague in the social media team. He is joining from this. He's joining over here, and he'll be posting the link of Telegram and WhatsApp. In fact, let me even do that for you. This, so he'll also be posting. I am also posting. Okay, see, the links are posted. You can just check it. Okay. Then the next is best setups for stock option buying using strike. Option trade with RMI, I have already mentioned a lot of time. You can go to the help section. Okay, go to strike OI insights and strategy for option buyers. You will get a greater insight in this. I mean, all of this is explained. In fact, you can also go and check our webinars on this YouTube. Let me show you once again if you have missed it. Option strike underscore. Yeah. Strike money, and over here you can just type strike y insights, and you will be able to get all the webinars related to this. Okay, so you can just go through these webinars, at your leisure, and I'm sure you'll get a lot of insights from this webinar. No, so Mandar, actually, we have still not added Nifty Defense and those things. See, I had mentioned this even yesterday. If you see Nifty Index, it has actually, created almost more than 100 indices. Okay, it has created. Okay, sorry, my screen share was not there. I'm sorry. Uh, yeah, so I'll just highlight it once again. Option trade. Here in the help section, you can go and you can check the strike y insights strategy for option buyers. Okay, this will help you a lot in understanding the concept and how to actually execute it. Apart from that, go to a strike channel, type strike y insights within the live section. Okay, you'll get all the webinars that we have done over here. Okay, this should help you in understanding how to execute it. Honestly, I'm not that greater expert of strike or options and so on. That's why I discussed that a bit less. Maybe we will even do a webinar for that, from the actual expert. So yeah, so, Mandar, your question about how do we add Nifty Defense and Nifty Digital? See, we have not, put those indices over here. We'll put it. Okay. Now, please understand the thing is that, we are trying to put the indices which people are requesting a lot, but eventually, we'll have to revamp our this thing for indices, because if you see Nifty index, I had mentioned this even in yesterday's webinar. We'll have to do the segregation something like this, like what are the broad indices, the sector indices, thematic indices, then strategy indices. So in the strategy indices you have all this, TR, PR, and all those things. We'll have to put those things at some point of time. And as I told you, we are trying to think of a design in such a way that it is helpful for the people, and they can use it without much of a learning curve. So we are thinking over it. We will probably do it, but as of now, at least the important ones that people are asking for, we'll put it, and that should be available everywhere, basically in heat map, dashboard, and so on. Okay. Yeah, Anirbata, as I mentioned, I spoke with my colleague in the social media team. He said that he'll be posting it today, so it should be done. Avinash, basically, we did not do the promoter one because people had requested for RRG. And I think it was 2 or 3 sessions back where we had spoken extensively about, how to gauge the promoter buying and so on. In fact, even if you go to our channel and if you go to insider trading, you just type over here, and there was 1 or 2 webinars that are done, and that should be. You should be able to understand the concept broadly. Okay, so please, go through that. In fact, this is the webinar that I'm talking about, which was 6 days ago. So over here we had spoken in detail about the insider trading. Okay, so you can check these 3 videos. Okay, just give me a minute. So yeah, sorry, there was some confusion related to the channel that I think Shubhajit, are you there? You can just unmute and
Yeah.
explain them.
Uh,
Yeah.
yes. So hello guys. Shivajit this side. So you guys must be knowing me from the webinars that I'm gonna go in. So just let me uh, screen like share my screen. Okay.
Yeah. So you're sharing the screen,
Yeah, yeah.
Shubhajit?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sharing this.
Okay.
Okay. So as you guys can see, just a moment. Let me just share my screen over here.
Your screen is still not shared.
Yeah, I'm sharing it. I'm sharing it right away. So yeah, as you guys can see, my screen is visible over here. So this is the link for the WhatsApp channel. You guys can just click. It's there in the comment section of the YouTube. You guys can just click on the link and can join our WhatsApp channel as well. And this over here, Strike Analytics, is the link for the Telegram channel. You guys can just copy this and paste upon the search area of Telegram section, so you guys can actually get the access to our Telegram channel where we post. And yeah, in the WhatsApp and the Telegram community, you guys can get access to everything what we go live with, the webinars, any kind of Q&A sessions, or any updates that we push in our system are first are given in the community platforms. For example, this WhatsApp and Telegram. So for you guys, it will be very, very helpful for you. So that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Shubhajit. So let me just share my screen once again now. Yeah. So yes, coming back to where we were. Okay, I hope RMI you understood where to look at. Can you briefly explain the sentiment data under derivatives? Honestly, Mahesh, it will take a lot of time. I would suggest you to go through this. Okay, to go through this. I mean, video. It is around 30 minutes where all the indicators are explained. If the ones you know, just fast forward it and halt around this derivative data. Okay. If you still have any questions after seeing the data, please let me know. I mean, after seeing the video, please let me know. I'll try to clarify. Okay. All new webinars in Strike helps. If not available, please add. Yes, definitely. So we'll add it on our timeline. You can just go to Twitter and you will be able to see it. Okay. Uh, you guys saw the okay, great. Is WhatsApp channel open for all? Yes. No, it is open for all, not just for Strike subscriber. Sagar, मोबाइल प्लेटफॉर्म जल्दी लाओ. राइट. हमें भी मजा आएगा बट डेवलपमेंट वाले को मजा नहीं आ रहा है फिलहाल. Because it is a little complicated, but anyways we are trying to simplify the user interface also, and we are trying to retain as much data as possible that we are showing in web. So we are thinking over it and the development is on. Okay, as I mentioned, I just don't want to commit the timeline because it is little complex, but be rest assured that we are working on that. So I think that's it. I can't see any more questions. So, anyways, we have also done with 35-minute session. So it's good enough. Let's catch up tomorrow and let's see what the Nifty does. More importantly, as I mentioned for the Nifty, watch out for two levels on the upside. That is, 25 150 to 25 250 zone. And on the downside, it is the daily averages, which is say somewhere around 25 840 or so. Okay, these are the important levels on the upside and the downside. Maybe if that does not break, we can get some sideways consolidation, but that's about it. I mean, that is what my expectation is. Eventually, we should break out on the upside, but we need those confirmation. So I'll leave with that thought, and let's I mean, see the market in the coming days. Okay. So thanks a lot for joining, and see you tomorrow.